Hey, how's it going, guys? This is your boy Hazzed, and today we're on the 7.2 PTR. Gonna be taking a look at the new artifact traits that we will be receiving for our artifact weapons. As you can see when I bring this up, that there is like an extra area over here, a bunch of little spaces. It's kind of elongated compared to live servers. So you can see there's going to be some new traits coming out. It's going to give us more DPS, things like that. So what I'm doing right now is I'm in the middle of course, this quest line that sends us back down to take on the Burning Legion. You accept this quest up in Karas's Landing from Khedgar. I believe anybody will be able to take it once 7.2 is launched. I didn't have to do any prerequisite quest to actually take it or anything like that. And I believe you could also do the quest line if you are not maxed 35 or 34 artifact traits, and you'll come to a certain point that it'll actually give you a quest to maximize and actually complete your traits, and then you'll be able to complete it from there if you're worried about doing it beforehand or anything like that. So anyways, guys, let's go ahead and jump into this video. I'm going to complete up this quest line, and we'll take a look at the 7.2 traits.
It's who we are, it's what we do, we've come so far, and now we pay the price, so don't even cry. The world is breaking down, and I cannot leave the ground.
So going over the 7.2 talents that we'll be earning after doing the 30 to 40 minute quest line, I mean, it really didn't take that long. It wasn't too challenging. As long as you have current gear, you're not going to struggle through it. So, looking at the actual talents, it looks like the first thing you'll be going into is Ferocity of the E-Bomb Blade. Now, this is really crazy. It increases your damage by 10% and your stamina by 25%. That is actually a pretty huge gap right there. That's actually going to increase your damage and your stamina by a pretty good percentage, especially in world PvP when coming across to other people in combat. This is definitely going to be something that you're going to need, otherwise other people with it are definitely going to be steps ahead of you. So looking at the next one, increasing the chance to trigger runic empowerment by 1%. So basically gaining more runes in your rotation. That's going to be really great for the breadth spec. That's going to be good for the consistency spec, and overall it's going to be good for the class. Now currently I'm not sure if these have any effect in PvP, which would slightly make sense for some of the nerfs, because of course it would be really powerful if these affected PvP also, but I'm not really sure if they will or not. I'm gonna have to check on that. But yeah, that's going to give us kind of a more full rotation, especially with other specs that had more downtime. Alright, so the next thing is called Runic Chills. Crystalline Sword's damage reduces the cooldown of Empowered Rune Weapon by 5 seconds. So Empowered Rune Weapon, of course, is the thing that makes your breath insane. It also makes your cooldown insane. It's going to give you a longer rotation. It's going to give you more runic power. And if you have the ring, you're going to have 2 charges of it. So you can imagine, while these crystalline swords that pop up when you hit things are actually going to hit the target and reduce the cooldown on this Empowered Rune Weapon, which is going to make our cooldowns actually a lot fuller, especially when it comes to raid DPS and or Mythic Plus DPS. If you can imagine running breath spec as an endgame spec while being able to proc extra empowered rune weapons during the cooldowns and or faster cooldowns is actually pretty exciting to see, because we will get fuller bursts, we will get more bursts that way. It will definitely increase our DPS coming into 7.2. So we can see there is a bit of damage, straight damage buff going on with this extra talent, but really they seem to be really focusing on the mechanical side of it, which actually I believe will require us to have like less haste and stuff, because we will have, of course, the extra runic empowerment proc, which is stuff we'll have to do further down the line. Obviously, this character that's copied over only has 35 levels. If I would have done my other one, I would have had a couple points to throw around in here and test this stuff out. So I may go back and do that later. And the last one is the golden talent. This is kind of interesting. Now, Obliterate has a chance to cause additional damage to pierce the target from behind, and as we know from the previous talent, it will reduce the cooldown of Empowered Rune Weapons. So we have the regular 2 that proc up next to us, and if we start having additional ones hitting the target from behind, reducing the major cooldown on Empowered Rune Weapon, it can definitely be a pretty large reduction, but they will probably put some kind of internal cooldown with it more than likely with that ability, because they don't want it to be reduced down to, every 10 seconds you get empowered rune weapon based off of some insane procs and of course obliterate. That just really wouldn't work out very well, obviously. But I am curious to know if these do work in PvP, because that will give people, well, I mean, we don't really want to use breath spec in PvP at the moment. Just no, stop that idea. We know they nerfed the crud out of it. Anyways, guys, I wanted to kind of bring you this video, let you know what was going on for 7.2 artifact traits for Frost DKs. And as it's looking, they look fairly cool. It looks like it's going to be actually a pretty good size strength buff once you actually reach those artifact traits coming into the 7.2 next patch. Well, hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like on it. And until next time, this was your boy Hazzed.